We've got news about Agatha. We've got some news about Captain America 4, Thunderbolts, a Zelda movie, a Mass Effect TV show, and we're going to be reviewing Red One with Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans. But before that, you know what comes up first.
Welcome to the Light, Camera, Rant Podcast. Your source for the latest on movies, TV shows, and video games. Get ready for ranting, raving, and reviewing. Here is your host, Lee.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Lights, Camera, Rant. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Rand, and what a big week it has been. And as we're recording at D23 Brazil, only just ended a few hours ago, so I had a list, and now it's just got a whole lot bigger, which is good. But there's one thing from D23 that was a bit like, oh, it would have been really nice to get that, just that one little thing. But before we dive into all the news that's happened the past week, I would like to say definitely go check a little housekeeping. Definitely go check out our last episode where we wrapped up Agatha all along, where we had Vigilante Vibes come on the show, Megan, which was a fantastic time. And we also did a 10th anniversary celebration of John Wick, myself and Martin from the Film versus Film podcast. That was a really fun time. It was literally just an hour and a half of us just talking about how great the film is and 10 little snippets about the movie you never knew. A couple I was a bit like, okay, didn't know about that. But that's all out now on all streaming platforms and also the last episode. So now for the housekeeping, let's get into the news. And as we're recording, as always, ladies and gentlemen, this episode is live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook all at the same time. And I'll just say thank you very much to Eric. Still need to check out that Thunderbolt and Captain 4 trailers. You gotta do it, man. I'm gonna spoil it. I guess, hang on. If you spoil a trailer, I guess you can spoil it. I guess there was nothing really. Actually, we will dive in. There is going to be spoilers in it, but definitely go check it out, man, because we're going to talk about it. Which this man, Eric, is also going to be coming on next week for the show, where we are going to be reviewing and wrapping up the Penguin TV show. Because as I'm recording this right now, the last episode of the Penguin TV show will be coming out tomorrow, and that wraps up our little TV show that will be the gap between Batman and the Batman 2 with Rob Pattinson, which I can't wait. And not to mention, we are going to be talking about another potential show that's going to be making between Batman 2 and Batman 3, which could be really exciting. Or it's going to be a bit of like, oh, really? Okay. Only because of something that's recently come out, give or take, could be. But look, we have a little bit of a sad news to talk about right now, is that unfortunately in this past week, we have had the passing of Tony Todd, who played the Candyman, who was in Transformers, Revenge of the Fallen, and most recently was Venom in the Spider-Man 2 video game. Unfortunately, has passed away at the age of 69. Our thoughts go to his friends, his family, and his pets. He has an iconic voice and one of the horror icons. So it's very sad to see this, especially all the promotion, how much he loved Venom and all the promotional material for that. So it is very sad. He's got a long list of credits for animation, but it's very sad to see that passing. This is never how I want to start one of these episodes, but we have to acknowledge the person's contributions to the film and animation industry and just the lasting impact. So it would be fantastic to hear, going back and playing Spider-Man 2 and hearing his voice again and again. But it is very sad to see that he has passed away. So as mentioned, all our thoughts and prayers go to his friends, his family, and his pets. But let's move on to something a little more upbeat, is the rumored Zelda movie. So recently, it was recently reported in a Nintendo financial report, is that amongst all of that was that there is plans for a Zelda movie. Now, a Zelda movie has been rumored for a very long time, between animation, between live action, between the Game of Thrones creators coming on board, showrunners to make a TV show, a lot of mix of things. But recently, with the absolute success that has been the Super Mario movie, it looks to be the Zelda movie could be made in that same type of animation with illumination. That would be fantastic. And I also like to say hello to the Galactic podcast. That's a mighty fine new LCR jacket you're wearing. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Arrived just last week, and I was so excited that this arrived. It's brand new in the merch store. We've actually got a couple of things coming in the merch store, but it's just getting bigger. And I do hope, sir, that your hat finally arrived. I do hope. I don't know if it has, but I hope it has. But yes, the Zelda movie is currently working, and according to this report, it does have a date that's going to be coming in the next 5 years. So my question is, do you want to see an animated Zelda movie, or do you want to see a live action movie? Which one do you want to see? And if you want to see a live action, besides Tom Holland, who do you want to see play Link? Who do you want to play Zelda? What do you want to see in this upcoming Any Galactic Core podcast? Still waiting for the snapback. 6 weeks. Oh. Eric, need to get one of your hats. Dude, I can have that arranged for you. However, I don't know why it's taking 6 weeks to get one. So we could definitely get that arranged for you. Happy to anytime for you guys. All right. Also, Take-Two Interactive have also recently stated that Gran Turismo 6 is on track for its 2026 release. So you guys can all calm down. Nothing to panic about. Gran Turismo 6 is still on track, and we should get it this year. My only thing is next year I'll be going to Europe for 3 and a bit weeks, and I will lose my shit if it comes out in that time. So right now, the rumor is probably going to be about November, December. So I hope that's going to be the case. And it doesn't drop off when I go to Europe. Or I'll be completely losing my shit after how long we've waited for this game, and it could be very far away. Oh shit! I'm so annoyed. But also, Hello Neighbor. Now, a lot of you might know this game. This game is very creepy. It's a great game. It's been Hello Neighbor 1 and 2. Basically, what happens is you're trying to sneak into a house, trying to find a missing person, and you have a very creepy neighbor who's coming around who's going to try and capture you and kill you. It's reported that a live-action Hello Neighbor movie is currently in the works and is being written by the script is being written by one of the people who wrote the script for Five Nights at Freddy, which would just be fantastic. Now, the script is only being written right now, so you're probably still looking at another 3 years away. But Hello Neighbor fans, a live-action movie is coming, and how this is going to look, I'm really curious. Just because of the aesthetics of the game, but like how creepy or psychotic this is going to be on that type of level is up in the air. But it will fit a horror movie perfectly, written correctly. So there's definitely a lot you could do with this game. And again, if it follows the trend that all the other video games are coming to live action, hopefully it's going to be fantastic. Also, speaking of another game that's coming into live action, is that a Mass Effect TV show is currently in the works. Now, the best thing about this is, yes, it's going to be far away because they're still writing it, but it's under the Amazon banner. Same thing with God of War is under the Amazon banner. And Amazon, which is kicking absolute goals with Fallout, I was going to say Last of Us, Fallout is doing fantastic. And hopefully that's going to continue that trend going into the Mass Effect because there was so much you could do. And I bet you this is going to be a better video game set in space than what Halo was. And not to mention, Halo, right now, it's canceled from Paramount. They're still up in the air who they're going to try and find someone to pick it up. If Amazon picked up Halo, my faith would be completely restored because I know they would fix it. And we all know what it needs to fix. I don't have all the time in the day to go on with everything that needs to fix on that particular show. But it does annoy me incredibly the fact that we get 2 seasons and the end of season 2, Master Chief finally gets the Halo, where it will kick off into the first video game, and it's like cancelled. And that's it. As I mentioned, Halo 2 Season 2 did a lot better than the first season, and they canceled it for obvious reasons. It ain't cheap to make a show like that. But I have no doubt Amazon bringing Mass Effect to the silver screen is going to be really good. Andy, the Mass Effect is one of my favorite all-time games. It's going to be interesting to see how this is live action. It is. I must admit, it's going to look, but with the Amazon money behind it, I have complete faith. So far, Amazon, to me, hasn't disappointed TV show-wise. It hasn't disappointed me so far, so I'm hoping that it will be fine. Also, another TV show. This is a TV show I was talking about that's currently rumored to be in the works. So we saw Barry Keoghan have the Joker at the end of the Batman. And, right now, the whole going thing is that he will appear in Batman 2, but he will not be the main villain. He won't be the main villain until Batman 3, which I think is a great idea. I think still might have him lurking in the background, but don't make him the big bad. Because, with The Dark Knight, Joker 2, Suicide Squad, we don't need him to be the big bad. Just give it a little bit more space. However, it's rumored that he will be getting his own TV show, very similar to what we did with the Penguin, to bridge the gap between Batman 2 and Batman 3. So Batman 2 is currently reported coming out in 2026 at this stage, which is so freaking far away. It's so funny. It's so far away. Well, it just feels weird because it feels like Batman came out ages ago, so long ago. And so if they do that, that'd be fantastic. A Joker TV show, how they could do with it, how it's going to look, be very interesting, but set in the Matt Reeves universe. 100% down for that. That would be great. I would love to see that. But it's going to be, if we get 8 episodes, how much can you have with the Joker? His backstory. If this could give us his backstory, how he got the scars, everything like that, leading up to Batman 3 would be great. Very similar to what we got with WandaVision going into Doctor Strange 2 and the Multiverse of Madness. But I have no doubt that Batman 3 will be better than Doctor Strange. Eric, if he gets his own show, it should be about him turning Harley, and do the more traditional-ish origin for her in that, as much as I love Joker 2. Now, that would be a really good idea, that maybe those 8 episodes of Joker is literally starts off with Harley Quinn going to speak to Joker, and it's just like each episode is another session with Harley talking to the Joker, and eventually at the end, she turns, he gets out, and they go more into the Batman 3. That would be good to see, just like, I don't know, like a case file episode weekly where it's not just about him, he's playing off Harley Quinn and how she goes into it. How Harley Quinn's going to look like in the Matt Reeves universe would just be fantastic. And don't get me wrong, like Lady Gaga at the end, she did a good job as Harley Quinn, but more, yeah, Eric, I'm not going to get into Joker 2 right now. Eric, yep, that's exactly what I'm hoping for. That's what I agree with Eric. I would love to see that type of thing. But again, as we're reporting this, it's Joker 2. Sorry, as we're reporting this, Batman 2 is coming out in 2026. It's like Batman 3 is going to come out to like 2031. So we're not going to see the Joker TV show until like 2027. Oh my God, when I say that, oh Jesus, it's gonna be like 35 or something. That's gonna, but yes, that's how. So Joker TV show is in the works. How it's gonna look. Now, this was a mixed report. How this is going. So initially, it was reported that apparently Lucasfilm was going to be making episodes 10, 11, and 12 as sequel to the Skywalker saga. However, that has been removed. That's not happening anymore. Now the report has changed. An update report is that the Lucasfilms is looking to make a new trilogy. It was signed Kenberg, who is also the producer and directed one of the X-Men film trilogies. Films X-Men Dark Phoenix, I think it was. He directed, and that wasn't good at all. But that is like that's where he's going to be coming in. So look, it's I don't know. right now, Star Wars is completely up in the air because, we were meant to have. So we've got Mando and the Grogu movie next year. Win. It was reported last week the fact that the filming's all done, so far away done. Now we're just working on the CGI. Is that we're meant to have the Rey movie, which has apparently been pushed back. We're also meant to get the other movie that was more about the Old Republic that's got very little to no information about at this stage. And then, he's just writing, I think. I don't know. I like most X-Men films. No, he's just writing. He only directed one. That was one of the worst ones. So, yeah, just stick to the writing. Don't direct it. And then with this trilogy, not to mention there was meant to also be the Patty Jenkins Rogue Squadron movie that was meant to be thing, but that's completely scrapped because of Patty Jenkins. So after Mando, currently right now it's kind of in limbo what the next Star Wars movie will be after the Mando and Grogu movie. It's kind of up in the air what we're meant to be getting because there's no official release date for the Rey movie or the rest. So really, it's not going to be until next year after the Mando Grogu movie that we're going to have to get some or Star Wars Celebration next year, or we're going to get a better timeline of what's meant to be coming out and what's currently in the works. Because right now, Star Wars has pretty much got Mando Grogu and something else we're going to be talking about later in this episode, and that's really about it. But there is more to come, more Star Wars, but don't worry. Probably the most thing that's more calming is that don't you worry, it is not episode 10, 11, 12. Thank God. Also, the next Nolan movie cast is getting completely stacked. Now we have Zendaya and Anne Hathaway joining this cast with Matt Damon. I always get those two confused. Matt Damon and Tom Holland who have joined this cast for this apparently futuristic helicopter movie with Tom Holland being the youngster and Matt Damon being the older, being the seasoned vet. That's kind of what we're really looking into this. But I'd be like any actor. If I got Nolan giving me a call and be like, I need you to play a part, like, yeah, say no more. Say no more. I've got no questions asked. Just say it, tell me where I need to be and I'll be there. I will even drop out of the movie I'm doing right now to be in this movie. It's, again, as I always say, Nolan movies have become an event films. So if this man calls you, I'm happy to see anyway coming back to Nolan. Bauer next, please. Oh, I would love to see Bauer come back into it. Michael Caine's retired, so he's not coming back. He's not coming back, but Christian Bauer to come back would be sick. How is, it's funny because I look at it, when I saw the report that's meant to be a futuristic helicopter movie, I'm like, I'm in. I don't care. I am in. It doesn't even matter. I've already bought my ticket to this. It's just it doesn't get how it's going to look at everything. I'm just in. I'm on. But again, this cast is becoming stacked, so it's really good to see. Andor season 2. Now, this is right now, as I mentioned, recording only a couple of hours ago, D23 in Brazil wrapped up, which we got some good information about, and one of them being is Andor season 2 will be dropping in April next year. Now, this, keep in mind, with Andor season 2, it is leading straight into Rogue One. There will be massive time jumps between 3 years. It is getting the same amount of episodes, but Andor fans, April next year, lock it in. That's when it will be dropping, and we got our first look of what Kelsey will look like on the show. So season 2, and Eric, it's crazy. It's like a week before Spider-Man 4 also. Oh, it is too. That's right. So you're gonna get Tom Holland versus Tom Holland. Spider-Man 4 on Nolan movie. Shit. He's gonna be ranking in that dosh when that drops. But yes, Andor season 2 is April. Get excited for. Also, Ice Age fans. Ice Age 6 has also been announced. That's coming in 2026. Yes, that's coming in 2026. So Ice Age fans, I can't believe this is up to 6, but yes, don't you worry. It's also been announced currently in the works. So Ice Age fans, get ready for another cold movie chill. Also, the big thing about D23 is we got a brand new trailer for Thunderbolts, which is fantastic. We saw the team working together. We see Red Guardian say we are the Thunderbolts, which was kind of cool. We still have the asterisks at the title. Still don't know what that fully means. But this trailer was more about seeing the team together, a few action scenes, and them working together. So that is next year. You have Thunderbolts is one of my top picks. I'm so looking forward to this film. It just looks fun, looks crazy, and looks explosive. I'm like, take my money. And we also got a brand new trailer for Cat 4, which I like and dislike at the same time. One thing is the poster that dropped for new poster for Cat 4 is sick. If you're watching us right now, I've posted it on this video. The new the new poster looks so cool. It's Anthony Mackie holding the shield with a giant punch of Red Hulk. I'm like, it's comic book accurate and looks bloody-tastic. And you're like, yes, so good. Now, with the new trailer that we got of Cat 4 Brave New World, I like it. I like it. It's definitely got the war vibes. It's definitely Winter Soldier vibes. It's definitely like espionage with like Mission Impossible, James Bond-esque. It's got the action. It's very who to trust. Now, the problem I do have with it is at the end of the trailer, we see Harrison Ford Red Hulk in full display. I don't like that because I feel like that's a spoiler. Like the last trailer that we got, we basically just saw his fist and him slowly transform, and a slight look at him and you can't really make out unless it was really blurry. But we get a full look at this. I'm like, watch the trailer. I'm like, I probably would have happily waited for this. Way I want to see in the film, being like, whoa, it's Harrison Ford as a Red Hulk. But look, if you do, if you don't watch it, you're not going to miss much, but you will be spoiled with it, sadly. So that's what you're going to miss out on, Eric, is if you don't want to get spoiled about seeing Harrison Ford as a Red Hulk in full form, don't watch it, or only watch 3/4 of it and jump out. But, going with Cat 4 is a sequel to Endgame. Falcon and Winter Soldier going into this, not to mention Eternals as well. The Eternals is going into this as well. So all three movies are going into this. Eric. I'll watch it, lol, just haven't got around to it yet. Okay, as long as you're happy with the spoilers, Eric, that's fine. You won't be disappointed. But yeah, it's just, that's probably the one thing is the Thunderbolts trailer I felt was fine. That didn't really spoil anything that we sort of know all about. It's just Captain America. I just saw the full version of Red Hulk. I was like, I probably would have been happy to wait for that. But the poster looks sick. Looks so good. And another tidbit is also What If Season 3. Now, there's the first poster that got launched, but I don't think it's the poster is obviously, the poster that got leaked is in English. So we have to wait until the English version comes out. But 8 episodes. Eight episodes, just like the last ones. Eric, I'm more excited for Thunderbolts than Cat 4 just based off the premise. Same here, man. Cat 4, I'm excited because Anthony Mackie, Captain America, Red Hulk, take my money. Bingo, I'm in. And not to mention, this is the first introduction to Ant-Man that will be interesting in the MCU, which I'm really excited for. Thunderbolts, this looks like it's going to be a good time. We also get, his name just escapes me, but we do get the Marvel's version of Superman in this, who is Bob in the trailer. So we will be getting the Marvel's first Superman. So I'm very excited to see that. Oh my God, I can see the whole character at the moment. It's going to annoy me, but I'm sorry for it. And just, this is a better Suicide Squad film. It will be better than the first Suicide Squad film. Whether or not the second Suicide Squad film is up for debate. But what if season 3? So what if season 3 is the last what if season that we will be getting in this show? We'll be wrapping up. We're getting 8 episodes. We've also found out that Storm will be in one of these episodes, and due to the poster, we can see that she's holding Mjolnir, which is sick and makes sense. And she'll also be voiced by the X-Men 97 actress as well. She's coming back to voice, which is going to be awesome. Not to mention, I did say the other week that, when the hell is Mahershala Ali, is Blade going to rock up? He will be in Marvel Zombies, and he will be voicing the character. So he will be popping up there. Eric, I highly doubt I'll touch the James Gunn Suicide Squad for me, but yeah, pretty much guarantee better than the first one. That's right. Yeah, that's right. First one, it's going to be so much better than the first one. Second one, it's, how it's going to be. But I'm excited to see all these characters again. And see, Eric, you probably could tell me. It's just, James, what is his name? It's going to bug me. Who's Bob's going to be playing in the Thunderbolts movie? Oh, my God, it's gonna just bug the shit out of me until I see it. Sentry. He's gonna be playing Sentry. That's all. That's okay. There you go. Which is basically Superman in the Marvel universe, yellow and blue suit. So we will be getting here. So yeah. So Marvel's What If season 3 is coming out this year in December. So I'm really excited to see it. How this all wraps up, all the characters from season 1, season 2 that might rock up. But the fact that just that little tidbit of seeing Storm with Mjolnir, the lightning, and it's going to be the same voice actor from the X-Men 97. I'm like, I'm in. That's going to, I just hope the episode is going to be shit, but I'm excited for it because that's going to look really cool. But yes, that is, so we will be in Marvel. So Marvel, What If season 3 is going to be wrapping up at the end of this year. But that was a nice little tidbit. Now, this is the part that I was going to tell you that I'm really disappointed in, is that I saw a rumor that, well, actually, they did play the Daredevil Born Again trailer at the event, but it hasn't been released. I'm like, come on. We got that snippet reel the other week that showed a couple of scenes. I'm like, just drop the trailer. Come on. It's only 3 months away. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's only 3 months ago because it's dropping in Feb. So, and not to mention, there's nothing else. There's not another Marvel movie coming in. Well, March. Sorry. It's dropping in March. So it's 5 months away. So come on, drop that trailer. We've got the Cap 4 trailer. Just give us that. Also, Kevin Feige has spoken the fact that there's big plans for X-Men in the MCU, but it'll roughly be looking to be after Secret Wars. We'll see the X-Men appear. He also did mention that this is a little disappointing. Is that either that or he's like, going a little bit left or right with us? He said that apparently Miles Morales will not appear in the MCU until after Spider-Verse Beyond the Spider-Verse will be dropping, which is really annoying because we have no release date for Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, and we've got Spider-Man 4 that's locked in. So does he know, is it going to drop earlier or like what's going to happen? But that's the part that sucks. And not to mention, going on that again, Kevin Feige also said that our Fantastic Four, the first steps, only has a couple of weeks left of filming and it wraps up. And actually, funny, it's hard to believe that this time last year, everything was delayed because of strikes and the rise strikes, just nearly 12 months on. And we're here again as we're recording. It's bloody November. Just insane to think about. But yes, so Kevin Feige has also spoken about in the event that they are fully committed from Mahershala Blade. He's a great character. He can't wait to bring in the MCU. So there is the plans. Basically, that's all he said. So disappointing news about Miles Morales. Could be, couldn't be. And also we've got a little bit of oh my God, sorry, we didn't get enough Daredevil. We got a little bit of Daredevil, but no trailer. Come on, just Just drop it. I'm so excited for it. The fact that we're getting all these episodes. So again, next year, ladies and gentlemen, I can say this every single week, is absolutely stacked. You know, we are going to be so busy next year with everything that's coming out. I couldn't be more excited. Couldn't be. I know last year I was like, oh, Deadpool Wolverine. Next year, it's every month. And in February, March, we've got Cat 4, we've got Daredevil, we've got Invincible. That's those few months right off the bat. So it's just going to be go this entire time. So it's going to be very busy. But look, that is the biggest news that has happened in the past week. So let's get on to our review of Red One. Now, Red One is a film starring J.K. Simmons, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, Chris Evans, and Lucy Liu. Now, this is my first Christmas movie review for the year, and this film had a budget of $250 million, and it was meant to come out last year. Eric, 2026 is going to be the really crazy year. Yeah, both 2025 and 2026 is going to be nuts. Both for TV show enthusiasts like myself, 2025, 2026, we are in for a bloody treat. You're like, yes, the acting strikes and the writer strikes did not help this year, but because of that, everything's been pushed back. So 25 and 2026 is jam-packed. Eric, 250 million. Yeesh. Yes, and 50 million of that only went to The Rock. Go to the report. So this film was meant to come out last year, but it didn't because of the writer strike and the actor strike. And originally it was only meant to go stream on Amazon. It was never meant to get a theatrical release, but now it has. Now this film, okay. Look, I would say this film, to kick off the Christmas movie season, probably the highlight to this film is the playback between Chris Evans and Dwayne Johnson. That's one of the best parts of this film. Not to mention, we get to see a very jacked J.K. Simmons or a very athletic Santa Claus. I might go see it though, lol. It's a film that just don't go in with high expectations in this film. That's what I can say to this. This is very rock film-esque in some of the scenes that we do get from this film. This isn't going to blow you away. This isn't a movie you're probably going to go back and watch every single year, like the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. This is a very rock-esque Christmas movie, I could say. Now, the plot is that the Red One, of course, is Santa Claus, and he gets kidnapped. So it becomes a mission and a race to try and find Santa because Christmas is only 24 hours away, and Santa can't be late. So what happens is they catch Chris Evans' character, Jack O'Malley, who can find anyone. He's one of the best. He's also on the naughty list. He's a level 5 naughty lister. Eric, I have a spot for Christmas movies even when they're lame. Well, then you will like this. It's not lame in the sense of it's more just okay. Dwayne Johnson's in it. You know what you're gonna get. So it's comedy, it's action, and him flexing his muscles in different scenes. This basically it. So the story is then going to go try and find J.K. Simmons' Red Santa Claus, and we get to see almost. This is probably one of the better things I'll say about this film is that it's showing a more tech-savvy industrial situation of Santa Claus, like almost how plausible it could be. The fact that he sees everybody in one night, and how the world. So it's not just about Santa. Like it also shows the fact that there's a whole government agency which is run by Lucy Liu's character that looks after mythical creatures. We see the headless horseman. We see Abominable Snowman. We see so many showing the fact that there is mythological creatures in this universe, and they do and protect Santa Claus because he is Santa Claus. And there's also shapeshifters in this film as well. I was like, of course there is. But as it goes across, the cast is stacked on everyone who appears in this film. So it's well diverse in that. It's interesting how like portals go to different worlds, how all toy stores are connected and basically portals to go to a different world. How they have little gadgets to even make them stronger, bring things, make smaller or bigger. Chris Evans, I would say, is a highlight of the movie. His character is the funniest thing through the whole thing. But also showing different sides of basically how you have your Christmas spirit, because the Rock's character, Colin Drift, he's about to retire. He's about right at the film. He's about to leave, and you can see him why he's kind of lost his Christmas spirit, because he just sees that people are adults. No one cares about Christmas. People are rude and all that. And he does say, there's more nihilists than there is good in this world. And J.K. Simmons says, that's the case, but that means they need us more than ever. So he's lost his Christmas spirit. So we are going to spoiler territory. So he does obviously becomes a mission to get his Christmas spirit back, and I do like the iconic line. He's like, one day before retirement, and Saint Nick gets kidnapped. And the highlight one is Kara as Gorilla. She is a fantastic villain in this film. Of what she wants to do is that she wants to punish everybody, capture everyone on the naughty list, and she's the one who captures Santa Claus in this film. So she does a fantastic job. One of the gripes I had with this film is that the CGI can be a little bit rough at times. I do know it's on a budget of $250 million. I know there's a lot of things in this film that are CGI, but just watching it's a little bit jarring. Like there's a scene where Dwayne Johnson's character versus a bunch of henchmen, and he goes smaller and bigger and shrinks. That looks a bit iffy. I was like, Ant-Man looked better than this. So that looked a bit rough. There's a couple of shots of him doing some action shots, which were a little bit rough as well. I was like, yeah, this, CGI isn't the major thing. But and the same thing, everything that was practical looked fantastic. Like there's Santa's half brother. He looks great. His entire makeup, everything that like in this scene where they're like playing Sherlock, where they hit each other, like smacking across the face. All the characters look fantastic. It's just when it gets to CGI, I'm like, couldn't you just do a little bit more practicality with everything? Like the physical sets look correct, but there's this other, the CGI and some of the generic lines. That's probably the most part that I'm saying is the rough about this film. Like this is not a film they created to be a big, but you'd see what you can 100% see why this film was just going to go straight to streaming, and they weren't going to do anything big with it. That's the hard thing, is like you can clearly see this was not, this is going to be a big film we're going to put in the movies and we're going to watch this. Even though The Rock's in it, it's still the Rock-esque movie, which I understand he's going to roll. I understand what he's going to do, but like it's not. This isn't a film. Like to me, it's the horrible thing is I watched this at the end of it. I was like, I just want to go watch the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. Like, yeah, some of that little CGI is a little bit jarring, but there's more practical effects in it. A lot more practical effects. And I'm not saying they had to build a giant city. You see this. I'm not saying they had to. I was saying they had to build entire worlds like what they've done for Wicked. I'm just saying they could have put like a little bit more effort. Like everyone's costumes look good. I like how I would say J.K. Simmons' Santa Claus. I probably did like the fact that his Santa outfit is more like an air like a pilot suit, which makes a lot more sense because he's obviously piloting a sleigh going around the world. So that makes a lot of sense. So I like that. That's what I mean. I like the industrial and the practicality of this world on how Santa would actually travel around. Like, for example, right at the end scene, there's like him traveling around, and there's a giant blimp that holds all the toys that they made throughout the year, and it basically canisters contain these toys, and they basically keep They follow Santa and keep reloading him during this. I'm like, okay, I like the practicality of that, how that actually makes sense and all, but yeah, it's just some CGI. I was like, ooh, that's a bit rough. But if you're just looking for a film, look at something simple, just looking for a semi-lame Christmas movie that you're just gonna watch, and you want to like go to gold class or luxury, I'd recommend this. But this isn't something that's gonna change fate, or this isn't something that, I can't wait for Red One 2. It's Christmas next year, let's go back and watch Red One. I'm like, no, this is definitely something that's going to fade in the folder of forgotten Christmas movies. Like, the highlight is probably Chris Evans and J.K. Simmons on their portrayal. Even though J.K. Simmons was only in for the film for about 15 minutes, 20 minutes of tops, and that's it. That's really what he's in it for. So if you're looking for a Christmas film that's going to give you a good laugh and don't have high expectations, this is the film for you. This is something this is a family flick with a couple of scary moments in it, but that's really about it for it. Now the reports, I can see why they had mixed reviews for it. Some of it are really bad, some are averagely good. This is getting on a scale between 1 to 10. I give this a 4. Like, it's just a 4. I'm like, it's not saying it's not bad. That's me shrugging, saying it's not bad. Just everything. It's just like more effort could have been put into particular areas, and you could understand why this was going to go straight to streaming. And that's it. So I fully expect this is going to be on streaming service come January. Like that. That's how quickly I expect this film. So I don't highly recommend this film. I'm just saying, like, if you got spare tickets, Cheapo Tuesday, this is the film. This is the Christmas movie for you. Or just wait until it goes to the streaming, because you aren't going to miss anything at all. But look, ladies and gentlemen, that is my review for Red One. And I would always like to say thank you very much to everyone who comes past. Thank you to Eric. Thank you for Andy from the Galactic Core Podcast. All of you. And as always, until next time, happy ranting.
Thanks for listening to Light, Camera, Rant. If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. While you're at it, leave us a rating and review, and be sure to tell your friends. Until next time, happy ranting.